So we just did. Oh wait, what? Are we changing our thing?
Yeah, we should. We should.
We're changing our thing.
Yeah. New intro this time. Okay, guys. Bear with us. New intro is no longer going to be the choo choo chicka 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 whatever it's going to was. New intro is going to be.
That's not that cool. That's just loud. That's just annoying.
I mean,
it's in a South Park episode where the motorcyclists come in town.
yeah. We can't say that. Yeah. I know. But yeah. I hear what you're saying. Okay.
Loud. It's just loud. People don't like loud people.
People don't like loud people.
What if
we just say like, hey, welcome to the Bibhor and Oskar podcast.
No, I have something. Check it out. You can't trademark a sound. Is that legal? Like, can you do that?
Dude, Michael Jackson trademarked "Happy Birthday." So yeah.
You can trademark "Happy Birthday."
Michael Jackson owned. Why do you think at TGI Fridays I can't sing you like "Happy Birthday"? Restaurants are not allowed to do that. Why? Because it's copyrighted. You know who owned it? Michael Jackson.
Get out of here. Is that 100%? Look it up, dude. I feel like you cannot copyright like what? That's so absurd to me.
It is wild. Who owns? Hold on. I'm finding out right now. Hold on, guys. Who owns?
Dude, our setup has changed so much. Now we got a screen, dude. We got a TV. Like, we're moving up in the podcasting game. People told us when we first started out. People doubted us, dude. You know what they said? They said we should sell our podcast equipment or throw our podcast equipment and burn it. To those, episode number 8 or 9.
This is episode number 8.
Episode number 8.
This is welcome. Hey, again, we didn't even start a good intro, man. Not only did we mess up an intro, but welcome to episode number 8. Yeah. To answer your question, who owns the copyright to Happy Birthday? The copyright to Happy Birthday to you was held by Warner Chappell Music, a subsidiary of Warner Music.
Song.
What do you think Happy Birthday? Like, Happy Birthday to you.
No, just the word Happy Birthday. Like,
I don't know.
Like, you can't. I guess that melody, yeah, you can copyright like a song. I didn't know that that's what you're talking about. Like, the Happy Birthday. You're saying the Happy Birthday song is copyrighted.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. No, that makes sense. Which, again, I think that's too broad of a copyright stuff anyways, so.
Hey, San Pellegrino?
We're still waiting. We're still waiting.
Sponsorship anytime, man.
We got a couple of followers here. Who we got here?
Oh, it's my mom.
Oh, really?
No.
I was like, oh, shit. That would be so funny. But no.
She does watch our YouTube videos, in which case, I love you, Mom.
Yeah. Mother's Day's coming up, guys.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start out. Couple of updates here. We, meaning Oskar, is foregoing the farm. It is no longer in the plans.
Ah, yeah.
And he has transitioned to a couple of other ventures now. So, Oskar, if you want to enlighten people on some of the... Start with Shipley. Well, what is Shipley?
I'll do an overall update, yeah. So, if you're just barely tuning in, I was going to buy a farm and some land, some tangerines. And that didn't work out. The money, the math didn't math, and we moved on to the next thing. I moved on to photo booth rental services here in Temecula, the area that we live. That is still in the works. That's still in the process. We don't technically open until June 1st. Excuse me. If you ever need a photo booth rental experience, call me. I know people.
There you go.
But, so we're on to a new venture, which is not how do I say this, a not so new venture. This is something that's been really in the works for almost 3 years now. I think I originally told you about this idea. It's gone through a variety of names, but it is called Shipley Tech. So if you go to shipleytech.com, that is Shipley spelled SHIPLY tech.com. You can find our website, my website that I created. Ultimately, what it is, I work in IT. I work for a remote company, and they have a big issue with laptop retrievals, laptop shipments, just the whole logistics of living in a remote world. So it is a service provider to those specific needs of the IT and the people operation folks that live and work in a remote world. So trying to help all those folks in a great way. Check out the website. Yeah, it's been a great
It
kind of
solves
thing.
a big problem in tech that, or big problem in remote work that is basically at this point being cornered by one company. And the problem is like, especially right in when COVID happened, everybody had to go remote and people had layoffs and whatnot. Like, how do you get the equipment back? Like the infrastructure of that at that scale for companies like Facebook or Google, that wasn't in place yet. Like
Not even the competitors or the people that I guess are my competitors. They really don't even have that infrastructure to this day. So that's where I'm kind of attacking, of saying like, well, what happens when there are those moments of kind of like mass layoffs? Who's there to take care of them?
or the IT guy maybe getting laid off. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
So
Well, I mean, but maybe not. But like, how do I make that guy's life better and easier? If I get a list of saying, man, you got to figure out how to retrieve 1,000 computers, I might quit, dude. It's like I work in IT. I don't work in logistics. I'm not
right, right.
UPS. You know what I mean? It's like it becomes it's a logistical nightmare, especially if you're spread out through different countries and things like that. So, yeah, we're trying to find different like ultimately the UK and Canada are probably the top choice. Big users of like remote work, and then spreading it out wherever Mexico, things like
Or
that.
if you think about it now, you just said that this is a great for company that is looking to expand to the United States. Let's say you're a European company or Europe. There's a ton of those, right? A ton of European companies that are looking to come to the United States. That is a logistical nightmare having to manage the asset of computers and all the stuff you have to give out. That's a
100%.
yeah.
The other day, so it's like we have something called ABM for Apple computers, right? Which ABM allows them to get into our MDM. Our MDM, what that is, for those who don't know, it's a way to manage a user's device. So how do you get updates or applications installed that work? Well, it's that MDM
Big
at
Brother,
work.
dude. It's every company. If you ever get anything from any company, it has a MDM built into it.
You should not use your company computer for anything illegal, bad, pornographic, adult. Nothing that you would want to show to your mother. Your work computer should not be. To be honest, don't use your work computer for anything other than work. To be honest, because they can take it instant. Like I mean, like I have so many times where we lock a computer and it's like,
Done.
well, and yeah, it's like, oh, I had my crypto wallets, or I had all this stuff on there. It's like, well, it's not
They
your.
shouldn't do that.
No, it's not, and it's our property. It's not your property, right? So don't do that. But it's a huge issue. So trying to solve that. What I think the cool genius is in all of this is why has this been 3 years in the making? I guess going back to the original question. Well, I got caught up on the logistics of the website. Sometimes you
I
get caught
got
up with
caught up
building
on a
it.
drug ring.
Well, and building a website messed me up, and I couldn't do it. So what did I do now? Is they have different tools and applications like Lovable,
Okay.
Supabase. Those are two tools that I'm using on top of primarily actually, and ChatGPT is almost like a side tool. But those tools allowed me to build this
Someone
application.
said to invite them to co-host now.
Blanca 503.
Who's that? Is that trippy, dude? Like somebody just wants to randomly like hop on?
Well, I'm not sure if they requested or if it's just TikTok who just when they join,
Oh,
it
okay.
just gives us the option to
Does
go
someone want
invite
to?
them.
It'd be funny if someone wants to come, join.
Comment and if you want to join, man, I'll let you go live with us.
Sorry, go ahead. What is okay? Let me ask this question. What is lovable?
Lovable is a tool kind of like ChatGPT, but for building a website, an app, you name it, kind of thing. And just with
So,
simple kind of commands, as you know, as a human, you could create anything nowadays.
so lovable is a code-free AI platform. So, in essence, it lets you build an entire application front and back just by simply prompting. So, you can leverage multiple things like ChatGPT or any other AI models to write kind of your, you know, framework or your MVP or whatever, and then take that, basically prompt that MVP, and then tell Lovable to build this for you. And then there's some level of like back end work you have to do. You have to understand some level of like, some knowledge in the computer, I would say, but basic. Then you could just So easy.
To be honest, you just have to know. You Google. You see. Think of the question of like the problem that you're having, and then you take it to Google and say, "How would I ask this?" or "How do I resolve this?" And then the documentation for most tools are all built in. Say, "Do this, do this, do this." Just copy and paste all that and put it into Lovable. It's giving Lovable the instructions, and you just plug it in, and it starts doing it. It's an excellent tool.
No,
I highly recommend it.
I highly recommend Lovable. I think it's one of the best tools in this space I've used, and I've used a couple of other no-code products. This has been by far, like, I would say it's almost enterprise level.
Yeah.
So
I pay for it. It's only $25 a month. And it gives me a lot of like bandwidth to like put. I mean, it becomes your back end and your front end both. Or I pay for Super. Yeah, it comes your like. Superbase is the back end that they use.
Well, Superbase, I don't have a subscription. The only thing, so I use it without a subscription so far, and it turns off if it's inactive for X amount of days.
Correct.
So you have to keep continuously doing the pull and kind of go from there.
Yeah.
You know what we should have? We should have something like kind of cool in the background.
Like a light.
Like something that just spins, or like someone joins the live, it kind of just takes it away from their like, oh, like what is that? Like, you ever think about that?
Like a spinny thing?
Like think about it, like when you're watching something, like the perception of when you're scrolling through TikTok, when do you stop? Like what makes you stop on a TikTok video or Instagram post, or what is it?
I guess it's like something eye-catching or something moving. You know what gets me nowadays are those ones that they're doing like the video game and it's like a car going down a maze or whatever. It looks like a video game, but it's just movement. That's ultimately what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I would... Yeah, I think we need something back here. Maybe a flag. You know what I'm saying? I feel like here's the thing.
What kind of flag?
Do you want to create a controversy? You just put a flag back there. That would literally, people are just like love to like just chirp and hate, and any flag,
Speaking of flags, thinking patriotically that we're American. Did you hear the news?
That's a awful way to put at it. Like, hey, did you hear? Just say it, dude. Just say it. So
the new pope, the new leader of the Catholic religion, is an American.
Yeah. So I mean, that's cool. Like if you really think about it, right? Like think of this. The United States has only been around for, I think we talked about it last time, 250 years coming up, right?
Correct.
We've had a pope, dude. We just got a pope.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Like we're not that old of a country,
and we still have a lot of power. Like, and that's why they never like. To be honest, I didn't expect an American pope
because we're not a Catholic central country, right? We were founded on like Protestants, right?
Yeah.
So I think the basis of the United States, at its core, is there's diversity in religion, even within Christianity, right? There's like different people that follow different Quakers, Protestants, like Mormons, and different churches that happen in the United States, but the Pope being the American Pope, that's
from
cool.
Chicago.
That's cool, dude. That is pretty cool.
He speaks Spanish. He did his missionary trip in Peru. Yeah.
So he holds a Peru citizenship, and then as well as an American one. But you know what I didn't know? So this is a cool fact. So when you become the Pope, you get to change your name.
He became Pope Louis, yeah.
So he's Pope Leo.
Leo, excuse me, yeah.
Right? So I think his normal name's like Peter or something.
Let's find out, man.
Or some, it's like a fairly, but...
Let's find out about your new Pope.
The Pope. Just put the Pope. The Pope. You know how much power the Pope...
Robert Francis Provost.
Now known as Pope Leo, I don't know, the 18th?
I don't know how to read Roman.
But here's the thing, right? In all its history, so I looked this up earlier. All right. How many popes do you think we've had? You tell me. Give me a number.
Like 162.
So you think in roughly 1,500 years, we've had 150 popes?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's over, I believe, 260 so far.
I don't feel that bad. It wasn't like 1,000.
Right? Okay, so out of those 260 something, what country has produced the most popes?
Imagine Italy.
Okay, and that's by a long shot. So it's Italy, and I believe it's France, and then like other countries. Did you know there were popes in I think the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th century, somewhere really a long time ago, that were from Syria too. We had some Syrian popes, which makes sense because at the time, right, like this, I would assume before Islam, right, it was only Christianity, right? So, but I thought that was kind of little, like, oh, that's a cool little tidbit fact. We've had some popes from Jerusalem, which I thought was okay. Like,
well, technically, the first pope is Saint Peter, right? Peter was one of the 12 disciples, and he was technically there with him in Jerusalem. Jesus being him. So technically, that would make sense that he's from Jerusalem or from Bethlehem. I don't know, one of those areas.
Yeah, where is that? Do you know? Where is Bethlehem? In a map.
I think it's still in Israel.
You think it's in Israel?
Yeah. Let's find out.
Okay, let's find out. If you ever think about it, like, name some old cities. It probably is in Israel, like, by the West Bank. Okay.
It's in Palestine.
It's in Palestine. Okay.
South of Jerusalem.
Bethlehem.
It is a Palestinian.
Do you think about this? Like,
wow,
did you?
The struggle continues. So Jerusalem is on one side, and Israel and Bethlehem
On the other?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
the place that birthed Jesus and the place that killed Jesus, kind of thing. I don't know. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some historical context there as well. You ever play Assassin's Creed?
Hell yeah, I have.
So on the original Assassin's Creed, or one of the first few ones, you were constantly going back and forth between Jerusalem, Damascus, like I think there's some other cities in Nazareth or
Was
something.
it Constantinople?
I don't know if it was Constantinople. I don't think it went that far. That's pretty far. That's in Turkey. So like if you make it bigger, I mean it's not far now, but like in context of like back then, there's no airplanes. You're like, think about how long it will take you to go from Jerusalem to Istanbul. Make it bigger.
Oh no, Istanbul would be insane.
Like you're crossing the Red Sea, right? Although you're crossing the Mediterranean. Yeah, it's up there. All the way up there, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is Here, hold on. Let me bring in that crowd, man. What am I doing? I'm bringing everybody in. So this is Jerusalem right here. You got Nazareth.
Right, so in that game, you just go all the way. Yeah, so that's where he was from, I think. So he would go from there to Nazareth to like Jerusalem. He would also go to Damascus. Damascus is in Syria, so it's further down, I think. Is it? Is Syria further down? Make it bigger? Oh, maybe up.
Damascus.
Yeah. Damascus right there, yeah. That's crazy, those are like some legendary cities. Tripoli, right? Like, shit.
Well, the birthplace of civilization was in Syria.
Is it? Is that
in Judah? Something like that.
Oh, is that what they said?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So
we should go. I want to go to those places, man. Check it out.
You know where I want to go? There is a cave in... Make it bigger.
Make what bigger?
Make the map bigger. Zoom out. I want to say it's in Jordan. Like a look up a cave. This is one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Oh, the Pietra,
Yes.
No, the cave of the 7 sleepers.
That is one of the places I kind of want to see. That is a marvel to look at, dude.
It's just carved into the stone, right?
Yeah. That is definitely one of the... it would be pretty cool to see, like, all of the wonders of the world.
Have you seen... What wonders of the world have you seen?
Nothing, dude. I've seen nothing. The Statue of Liberty. Is that even a wonder? Like, yeah, I don't even know.
Let's find out what the wonders of the world are.
I have not seen any of those.
Okay, so the ancient wonders of the world. We have number 1, the Great Pyramid of Giza.
The only surviving one.
Number 2, Hanging Gardens of Babylon. Doesn't even exist. Number 3, the statue of Zeus at Olympia. Doesn't exist. Number 3, the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus. Doesn't exist. Mausoleum of Harlinakarnarchus. I can't even say that. Doesn't exist. Colossus of Rhodes also no longer is there, and Lighthouse of Alexandria is no longer there.
Damn. Only one exists, dude. And these are the 7 new.
So yeah, these are the 7 new wonders of the world. Well, that kind of, man, that makes you kind of think like, man, these wonders of the world are kind of replaceable. So
Well,
number 1,
those are all, there's no more. Those are historic. Those are gone. The only ones remaining is the pyramids still, right?
I guess that is true, huh? Wow, that is kind of cool with the Pyramid of
And
Giza.
the pyramids are probably the oldest ones of all those.
For sure.
That's the wild thing.
So the new 7 wonders, we have the Great Wall of China is the first one. Colosseum in Italy. Petra in Jordan, that's the one that you're
Okay, yeah,
talking about.
that one's super cool.
Chichen Itza in Mexico. Machu Picchu in Peru.
You've been to a few of these, huh?
Yeah, I've been to the Colosseum and Chichen Itza. That's it. Christ the Redeemer in Brazil and Taj Mahal in India. Have you been to any?
No.
No? Yeah, I thought you went to Italy.
No, I have planned to go to Italy twice, and I've canceled it both times after like paying for everything.
Dang.
One was COVID, and then the other one was like last year or 2 years ago, and I was like, dude, Boston, I gotta carry him everywhere, and it's like, yeah, I would assume it's very up and down, hilly, you know, like not a great place for a baby.
Not a great place for you to be carrying around a baby, ultimately. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a bummer. I mean, but it's well, on the list, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think, now changing the subject a little bit, since I just saw the Taj Mahal, these recent activities happening in Kashmir,
In
India, Pakistan,
Pakistan?
and Pakistan.
Before we get into this conversation of Pakistan and India, which is actually a very serious matter and is probably going to lead to World War III, let's watch a quick clip about one of my favorite things about Pakistan. I'm not sure. Have you seen this lady before?
I have not seen this before.
So a little context. There's this lady in Pakistan who she gives a little bit less than a damn about her job, I think. But she talks to kids. And she ultimately asks them, hey, what do you want to do for Pakistan? And some kids, I want to be a doctor for Pakistan.
Yeah, I've not seen this, but I have seen other clips.
Oh, so I'll stop explaining it and I'll just get into it, all right? So let's get into it.
My plan is that I will be pilot and I'll help everyone. Pilot.
Yeah, he's a pilot. Great. You see, this is the spirit. We love Pakistan.
My pledge to my country is that when I will grow up, I will be the scientist like Dr. Abdul Qadir Khan, who helped Pakistan in making the nuclear power.
Inshallah, we have a bright future. We have here students who are going to make Pakistan a great nuclear nation.
When I will grow up, I will be army and save Pakistan and destroy India.
Strong army. Wow, great.
That's
My pledge
Wait,
is to help people who are who need for like people money and all this.
oh, this guy is lit up.
He's going to help the people in
This guy loves
Pakistan.
Pakistan.
Great.
I will obey
Have you ever
as
seen
much
these
educational
things,
institution as possible and I'm proud to
Have you ever seen this? Like, it's like yap battle. It's like these kids in India in school and stuff, and then they're just battling each other in English, and it's just like a bunch of like just gibberish. Look it up. This is super funny. Just look at Indian kids in class in India screaming, talking in English.
Rapping in English?
No, so they're just talking against each other, and it's hilarious. Like it's. Is there a video? Oh, that one right there,
This
that
one?
one. Yeah.
Hold on. Before we get into this, still a little zoom in. Let's make sure that it's
This is Yap Battle.
Alright.
I'm not talking, but you want to mass this to solve. But you didn't. I didn't, so, and we want you to pay the fine. And then please. And you are also speaking Hindi, you have also when I spoke Hindi, you have
Like body.
That is our Nukkad Natak we can speak. That is Nukkad Natak. When I mentioned about Nukkad Natak, I'm talking about in academy. We are professionally busted in speak. Even I'm not like you to speak anything. So okay, tell me the day when I spoke in Hindi at academy. I don't know what you
He's like, I'm speaking in Hindi and Punjabi. What is he saying? Like,
He's not speaking anything. It's like it's a yap fest, dude. This is a yap. Like,
I'm all trying my hardest to like follow along. I'm like, what is he saying? And everyone else is like clapping along. It's like, yeah. Good point.
so,
But let's get back to the topic. What's going on in Pakistan and India?
I mean, I think we talked about it like at one time in one of our episodes briefly, right? I think it was like this all stems back from like what happened post World War II or during World War II when the British left India. So 1946, right? Like how they partitioned India is what's causing this issue. So they basically during the partition, they basically drew a line and said, okay, you know, Hindus live here, Muslims live over there, and there's also some Muslims living over there, like other side. We're just gonna call this East Pakistan, West Pakistan, and India's in the middle. So there's just some border dispute ever, and then there's some like issues with Kashmir to where it's like, all right, there's no border ever decided, and that what's called is like a line of control. So what's called there's a thing called a line of control, and it's always moving. So there's always dispute over where the line of control is. So there's always activities happening, encroachment.
Is that where they do the march like in front of each
No.
other?
I actually don't know where that march happens. But Kashmir's always been a hotbed for nefarious folks to kind of live in caves, you know. So they did this thing a couple of weeks ago where, and I don't know if you've seen the video. There's a video of this gentleman he's filming, having a great time. He doesn't know what's going on, and he is just flying down on a zip line. And you could probably pull the video up. Just search for Kashmir video. Yeah.
Led Zeppelin?
Just no. This is yep. Right, that guy. Yeah. So this guy has no idea. Oh god damn it! Paywall, dude. No. Go back up. This is a free video. Go up there. Put zip line. I just saw the video this morning. So this tourist, right? Yeah, you can pull it on YouTube.
Sorry, hold on.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
So this gentleman is just going down. Make a little sound. And he's just. Woo! Take it away. Okay, so this gentleman is just flying. He has no idea what's going on. But there's guts. Here. So you can see somebody just fall. He still has no idea what's going on. And people are getting shocked. No, he still doesn't know. He can't hear anything. See that guy on the left? He just falls. Oh. So, and he still has no idea what's going on. And he's in the middle of this whole activity that's going on. So,
Allahu
think
Akbar.
how scary that is.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
And this is a pure kind of like
Khair lamba kare.
thing that it's like, this is sickening. What happened was very bad.
So they attacked like what was it, like a festival?
I don't know what it was, but it was a radical group. A radical group that just kind of attacked people that were not Muslims, Hindu, that didn't follow Islam, and they basically made them like recite it. So they came in and they basically said, "Hey, like, what are you?" And if someone said, I'm Hindu, they would just shoot them, and then they would in front of their kids, only men. And then they would, if somebody said they were, Muslim, they would have them recite the Quran. And if they didn't do it, they would off them right there. And that is right in front of their kids and stuff, right? And that's brutal. Like that whole stuff, like. And then one of the person that passed away was from Nepal. I guess they were just there, like sightseeing or whatever. Because Kashmir is supposed to be a really beautiful place. But yeah, and now it's escalated, like, you know, where we're at now. So I think the whole thing is like India saying, "Hey, Pakistan, you knew about this and you're harvesting, like, you know, like basically terrorists within your country, and we're gonna retaliate." And they retaliated, and now things are going on right now. Like things are happening, dude. Like so. Hopefully this, you know, doesn't escalate. One of the things I recently saw a podcast, and it said, who is like, think about it, in the Middle East, right? If you think of a country in the Middle East that's like just has just been on the shit list over the last like 50 years. Who do you think that is?
In the Middle East?
Yeah.
Last 50 years? Maybe Iran.
Okay. Yeah. So if Iran, so basically I saw something that said Iran is told Pakistan and India saying, "Hey guys, we got to calm down." Like, think about it. If Iran is saying to India and Pakistan to, like, they got to calm down. Think how serious that stuff is.
Yeah.
Like, that's like someone that's like very bad telling you guys that's bad, guys.
I mean, I think the thing is like what you mentioned, like the historical context of it is like these folks have hated each other because of a number of different disputes for a long time now.
Right.
And it's like, even in that video, though we laugh at it, they are kind of like, think like these kids are saying, "I want to go bomb India" as a 9-year-old.
Right. It's more so of like the construct of like, how do you radicalize somebody, right? And it happens at like a young age, I feel like, right? But a lot of it's like not having proper access to the internet, books, knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, those kids eventually, I think, will grow up and...
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Or they're you know, killing people at a music festival over there. But the scary part, I think, for Iran is they also recognize that these two countries despise each other, and both of these countries are nuclear powers.
Yeah, they're neck to neck. Look at these. How many countries out there? So can you name all the countries in the world that have nuclear weapons?
I think,
and not like countries like, oh, maybe they might have.
No, it's only like 9 now. Yeah, it's United States, the United Kingdom, China, India, Pakistan, and did I say Russia already?
No, Russia.
Russia. I'm missing one. I don't think it's France. France doesn't have one.
France has one.
France has a nuclear missile? Yeah, so it's France. Germany, I imagine. No. Germany does not have one.
Germany does not have one.
Oh, Japan?
Japan does not have one. They don't get one.
Yeah. I wonder why.
They don't get one, dude.
Who am I missing? I'm missing 2 more, I feel.
North Korea?
But I thought you said like people who...
No, they have it. Confirmed. They're
kill.
going to confirm. Okay.
But we just don't care. You ever seen that joke by... who says that joke? I think I forget what his name is, but he does a joke about how like not only does North Korea tell us like, "Hey, we have a nuclear bomb and we want to throw it at you and we want to destroy America," and we just tell them like, we don't really care.
So there's this clip that's pretty famous. Look it up. It's called "Just Response for a Nuclear Attack on the U.S. from North Korea."
Just response for a nuclear attack?
From North Korea.
Oops.
And it's this general talking about what a just response looks like. Go down. It should be a YouTube video. Search for put American general explaining just response. Dude, I've seen this video many times. Let me see if I can find it.
Is it this guy? No.
No.
American general. This guy?
Can you search for... Dude, I don't know how to search for this video. Anyways, we'll find it. I'll explain the video, and if we tag it, we'll find it. The whole point of the video was, what happens if North Korea launches a nuclear weapon? What will we do in response? And then the person on the thing says, we will launch 74 or 84. There's like a number, nuclear. That's how many nukes we'll send to North Korea. And then the person on the reporter or person that's interviewing them says, well, isn't that like a lot?
Excessive. Yeah.
And then she said, well, how many does it take to destroy North Korea? And they said that exact number.
7.
That's the just response. I was like, oh shit! Like
they will be wiped off this map. Yeah.
So it's not a So I think it's not even mutually assured destruction, because I feel like I don't know how America.
They don't have enough.
I feel like America has a pretty robust defense system as well. It's not just like.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with North Korea. They don't have they're barely getting into intercontinental ballistic missiles. So
one of my buddies, right? He worked for a company that was out of Israel, security company. A lot of security companies out of that area. But he said he went for one of their what do you call it? Like a sales kickoff, like company-wide meeting, was in Tel Aviv. So they brought everyone over. So the last day he was there, said the Iron Dome went off. And I was like, dude, that is scary stuff.
That's a trip. Yeah. They hear like a rocket and then seeing it blow up in the air and everything like that.
Right.
I mean, it is pretty cool, but it's...
You're glad you have it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I assume the U.S. has some sort of
something
net,
similar.
Something, a net that we haven't seen,
Yeah. Well, apparently, I mean, they announced like we can stop supersonic rockets now.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing that China came out with.
Is it a laser?
Supersonic rocket.
Like, I heard some stuff about like, point some laser from the air and just like stop it. Like,
well, that's how they stop like intercontinental nuke. That's supposedly.
So that exists. That technology
exists. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the new thing is supersonic is because it was moving so fast and everything like that it couldn't catch it. But now they have new ways of like shooting it down essentially before it actually gets to us.
What's gonna happen is this TikTok feed is gonna shut off. So I'm gonna turn it off, but we'll continue.
Catch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Dude, 79 views, no followers.
That's fine. This one was.
But hey, we went up twice. We hit 1,000 views, man. We're very excited about this.
Yeah. TikTok live. Oh, how do you do this? Oh, so we had 994 product views. That's pretty cool.
Nice. People actually clicked on the product.
Yeah, a lot of people did. So some of these people might have the products in their cart.
It doesn't tell you if they have it in the cart?
No. Actually, I don't know. Sometimes it might give you a push notification. But a lot of it was the Liquid IV, dude.
Dude, people love the Liquid IV, huh?
Yeah.
We gotta just have ChatGPT do the copyright for us, man.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty
Dude,
cool.
I love AI, man. I love AI so much. It's been so helpful.
No, dude, lovable. That's goated, dude.
Yeah.
Let me see. So I mean, hopefully, we don't go into war. And end of the story, right? Like I think something's brewing in the horizon. This is what I think. I think what happens is there has been, I don't want to say it, but there has been a sequence of events that have been happening over the last 3 years that are like, I feel like a domino effect to start a war.
World War.
Right. So we had this whole Ukraine-Russia thing. I'm going to go back a couple of years. You had Ukraine-Russia, then you had Israel-Palestine, and then now you get India, Pakistan. You know what's next? Taiwan.
China, Taiwan.
Yeah. Like what? Like that. Like a lot of stuff going on, dude. Like there's too many stuff. This is if you're gonna do it, like like when would the best opportunity be to do that kind of stuff? When everyone's like already on tense. Like we want to stay as we want to stay as on a bubble. Right now I feel like as well. So.
Do you think that would be the tipping point though to like start a world war?
I think tipping point is here. I think if this stuff doesn't get resolved in the next couple weeks, I would say it's pretty bad.
The India Pakistan.
Yeah, because that's a big that's a juggernaut.
And it could affect.
And it's a very regional conflict. So China, Like China can just be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go take over Taiwan. Like there's too much shit going on right now. Like let me just go do that. Like what? Like you could. It wouldn't be that out of the ballpark in the sense of all this chaos. They do that kind of stuff. Like I'm sure they've been planning it. I'm sure they have had maps and books and playbooks of like what to do and what next steps and how you're gonna do it. Like they want Taiwan back, dude. Like, are you kidding me? So
I'm just thinking of like, what is their like? Why? Like, what's their incentive?
to get Taiwan back,
Yeah.
dude, it's part of their country. Taiwan makes a lot of money.
I mean, I guess so,
Taiwan
but
makes
like
a lot of money.
they also have to understand like
yeah.
invading a country means that it's not going to produce as much. You know, it's like many of those industries will leave. Many of the people who are working with those industries will no longer work with you because you invaded a country.
I don't
You
know,
what I
dude.
mean?
I don't
It's
know. I feel like I don't know.
I don't know, man. It's like,
Well,
I don't think we would be buying from Taiwanese Semiconductor anymore if we knew that China invaded and now owned Taiwanese Semiconductor.
I mean, I think we'll buy semiconductors from wherever semiconductors are being made because there's a massive
we don't
shortage.
we don't buy semiconductors.
No. Just stop. That's all.
We buy from Taiwan. It's not the same.
It's all a lie, dude. Taiwan, China sends to Singapore, and we buy it from the Singaporean companies. That's what they're doing to avoid tariffs right now.
Yeah.
I was reading into this, and they're saying a lot of companies that are Chinese companies are shifting their like ships to Singapore, repackaging the stuff, and selling it from Singapore, as in like made in Singapore instead of made in China to avoid.
What's the
tariffs.
tariff in Singapore?
Whatever I think standard appropriate tariff is.
It's not 157.
I think no. I don't think any country has like insane amount of tariffs. I think like certain countries do. Like India might have a tariff. Like you can't bring an Indian car to the United States, but like it's like a certain like sectors. Right? It's not like a blanketed one like this one.
Isn't it though like the country of origin? Like where they?
Yeah, I'm sure. Like you can just change that. It's a sticker, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
What like just change this? You don't think they'll get around that? Like I feel like that's like one of the things they can like easily get around, if anything.
That's an interesting point because like I'm trying to get things here from China maybe, and it's stupid expensive. But maybe if I send it to Mexico first, and then figure out how to way to kind of repackage and send it here.
Just a photo booth? Is that
Whatever. Yeah, that's one of the things. But yeah, whatever.
okay? I mean, yeah, you're probably. I would just wait a couple of weeks, dude. I think China is hurting really bad with this whole tariff business because they said 20% of China's like labor is focused on producing U.S. goods.
Mm-hmm.
So now the people in the factories are like needing work because there's no work and they're not building stuff. So like at a certain point they would have to start having conversations around like how do we get out of this like tariff war that we've been having.
Yeah. I'm trying to look for the Treasury Secretary. Do you know, you want to know a fun fact I learned about him? This guy, Scott Bessent.
Never heard of him.
So he is our Secretary of Treasury, the Director of the Department of Treasury. He worked for George Soros. You know who George Soros is?
Interesting.
You know how George Soros' kind of claim to fame was that he broke down the Bank of England, essentially?
Correct. He pegged the dollar, like he pegged the pound, right? Something.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he essentially shorted the pound, and then he bought it back.
Okay, yeah.
Do you know who the architect of that idea was?
This guy?
This guy. Scott Bessent.
Is that old? He doesn't look that old. How old does he go up?
Well, no, I mean, George Soros was much older. It's like he was working for George Soros, but he
so
was...
it was the analyst that came up with the idea?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie with Kevin Spacey? And it's that guy that plays you. He's on the movie as well. It's a stock market movie. Short sell, maybe? Margin call. It's called Margin Call. And in that movie, when they're in that room at like 2:00 at night, I don't know if have you seen the movie?
I can't remember.
So basically, it's about the 2008 financial crisis, and the guy works, I believe, for Bear Stearns at that point, and he's a trader, and he finds out that like their position is over leveraged, and it's dog shit, and the market's gonna crash, and they're gonna have to offload all their positions, or they're gonna go out of business. And it's the analyst that finds us. It's the like the bottom of the barrel guy, and they call him. He's in this 1 o'clock at night meeting with the CEO of one of the largest hedge fund at that time, and he's trying to explain to them, hey, like, this is what's wrong. And then this guy, the CEO of the company, is like, explain it to me as you would to a 5-year-old. I didn't get here by being smart. Like, I got here by making ruthless decisions.
You don't have to be the smartest person in the room. Yeah, you just have to, be able to make the hardest decision and live with those decisions.
Yeah, I think Jeff Bezos says it perfectly. Like, a job of an executive is to make not 100 decisions. Your job is to make few great decisions, right? And that's it. You want to make good, high quality decisions that changes the macroeconomics of the business. You don't want to do like too many, because then you're just a person that just says yes or no. Like, you don't want to make good quality decisions, right?
Kind of thoughtful and with a lot of input and everything like that. Yeah.
Right, like an architecture. You're not the guy that's you want to have the vision versus like actually going and like delivering and executing on the vision. That's somebody else's job. That's your your champion's job or whatever. So this is what we can do here today. So what I'm gonna do is you like fast food?
I love fast food.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna name some fast food places, and you're gonna rank them 1 to 5. All right. Okay. So McDonald's 1 to 5. And
Number 3. I mean, just because nostalgia.
Okay, and this includes everything: lunch, breakfast, dinner, like whatever you want to do. This is the entire McDonald's, like the.
I'm gonna go number 2.
Number 2, okay.
Yeah.
Chipotle.
I'm gonna go number 4.
Okay. In-N-Out.
Number 1.
Chick-fil-A.
I would do that number 2, but since that's already chosen, number 3. I love Chick-fil-A. I love me some Chick-fil-A.
And then number 5, I would say like Burger King then.
Burger King, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Damn. Okay. So you had.
Dude, McDonald's. So number 1 was In-N-Out. Number 2 was McDonald's. Number 3 was Chick-fil-A. Number 4 was Chipotle. And number 5 was Burger King.
Have you ever had you went to Japan, right? So you've been to a foreign country. Have you had a different fast food? Have you had a fast food? I guess a question is, have you had one fast food in that country, like McDonald's in Japan? Like, did you?
We did go to McDonald's in Japan, yes.
So what is that like?
They have like their own menu. They have like special items that are only offered in Japan. The food, way better.
Okay.
Way better. Everywhere. Even the 7-Elevens over there, you get a solid meal.
I went to when I went to Russia, I went to a McDonald's in Russia.
Yeah.
And it was very different. I don't even know if it was McDonald's, but it looked like McDonald's. Might be like a bootleg McDonald's.
I think they started closing the McDonald's after they invaded Ukraine. Or
this was before. So this was in 2019.
So it probably was McDonald's.
I think it was McDonald's, but there was they had like weird potato stuff. Like, because if you think about it, like the Russians, like they don't really have a lot of like. It's not abundance of food, different types of food. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not living in like nice warm climate where like vegetation is great. Like you're eating like potato, dude. Like you're eating potato and meat, dude. Like vegetables are hard to come by, like other vegetables.
That's why they are the way they are. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a lot of potato type of stuff on there. I also had it in India as well. It was different. McDonald's in India.
Do they also have like kind of regional dishes in the?
Yeah, they have a what it's called like a Maharaja Mac, and it's basically a different type of Big Mac. In India, they don't eat beef, so a lot of the meat is like chicken and like burger lookalike from like other pork and whatnot.
The Impossible Burger kind of thing. That's pretty cool. I mean, that's what I do kind of like, that they do kind of taper it to the region that they're in. And then when you go there, like you could still find the stuff that you recognize, but you could also still try something new,
Yeah. I want to go to Japan. I've never been to Japan. I feel like Japan seems like one of those fun places that has a lot for everyone, and it's safe, and it's like, like you don't have to worry about anything.
I almost slept outside on the floor in the street, and I was totally okay with it.
Why?
Our phones died. I didn't know how to read Japanese, and I didn't know how to get back to the house.
So what happened?
We ended up, it was like 2 a.m. We ended up stopping by like a restaurant, and they allowed us to charge one of our phones. And with that, we were able to get the directions back home. But I was already saying, like, dude, I'll sleep over here. Like, we'll be fine. We'll wake up in the morning and figure it out. And I felt safe there. But
are there homeless people in Japan?
I'm sure there are. I didn't really see many.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of drunk people. So like they have what's called like the Shibuya meltdown,
Okay.
because like they just have a culture of like if your boss goes out to drink, you have to drink as much as your boss, you know? And they're like kids. I mean, so people are just smashed, and you see these guys in suits, drunk, passed out on the floor.
Japanese people drink a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a very like work hard, play hard type of culture, right? Like I think they're pounding. Speaking of Japanese people, so I have a uncle who's been in Japan. Who's been in Japan for the last like 25, 30 years.
Oh no way!
And he just opened up a 5-star hotel. Yeah.
No way.
My mom had just posted about it a couple days ago. But this guy's been like he's an entrepreneur, and he did really well. So he started like with a couple of like used car dealership, and started like having ton of those. They started buying ton of car dealership over the last like 15 years. Really started opening multiple hotels, restaurants. So he's opened up his first hotel. And I think it's Tokyo. I don't know. It could be different. But I don't know much. But I saw my mom was posting about it the other day, so I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Do you know him at all?
I've spoken with him. He's always said, hey, like, guys, come.
Because honestly, like, I mean, that changes the experience if you know. Honestly, I mean, you know, it's like if you know somebody who's there or lives there, that changes the experience entirely. You know, it's like
I'm sure, yeah.
especially if you speak Japanese and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Mike, my cousin, he's been there a couple times. Yeah, the guy's always invited us. I've never gone. Yeah. I always want to go, but that's cool.
The only thing is, it's a long flight, man. I was kind of worried. I remember. I'll never forget this. I was worried about the flight to Japan. It's like a 12-hour flight, and you're over the ocean the entire time.
I have. I've done a lot of long flights.
Yeah, you have. Yeah, to Dubai and all that stuff.
Yeah, I went to India a couple times. I went to Dubai a couple times. Those are like it's one single flight. So
India is tough.
16 hours.
Ooh.
Like when I first came to the United States, my flight was from Singapore to JFK.
You started in Nepal.
So Nepal to Singapore and Singapore to JFK. That's Singapore to JFK is like this. Whoa, bro! Like
you
that's
went like
long
you did like
flight.
a triangle.
Yeah. So
that's wild. That's a long. How old were you when that happened?
Like 8 maybe.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long flight.
Do you remember what was it like growing up in the 90s? Like, what do you think kids today don't know?
Man.
Like, kids today just don't know.
Just playing outside. Just playing outside.
Like, what? Like, 'cause if you think about it, right? Like, not to, like, be super, like, nostalgic and stuff. Like, how did you communicate with your friends?
Dude, you would have to go knock on the door and say, hey, can Jimmy play? Oh, no, Jimmy has homework. Or no one answers the door. It's like, well, I guess I'll come back later.
Right.
Because
Like,
you don't have yeah, there's nothing. Yeah.
or I'm not calling from my home phone either, you know? Because, like, I feel like back in the day, like, there were like, didn't you have like minutes or something? Like, wasn't there like you could charge per call? Like, there was some stuff going on, but like.
And then when the birth of the internet is like, you can't make a phone call and use the internet at the same time.
Right, like, can't. Like, people don't understand.
The good old days, yeah, man.
But what do you think? What do you think doesn't exist? Like, what today does not exist anymore?
Well, I mean, a lot of things like the CD player.
Okay, but
I mean, it exists, but it's like it's just not.
No, not really. Like, the cars don't make it anymore.
Yeah,
the newer cars don't have it, right?
Yeah.
They don't make They don't make movies in cassette anymore.
No.
Right, so it's like those are kind of like a dinosaur devices. Phones surprisingly still survive because of offices and business lines and whatnot, and I think they will continue to survive for a long time. But yeah, I think like the funny thing is I feel like we're even going away from like the movie going experience.
Theaters,
yeah. People are like, you know what? I'd rather just be able to watch this at home. Charge me more, and let me watch it from home on my comfort of my own house.
I used to go to theaters every weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah. That's kind of.
So I mean, yeah, I should love going to theaters. We should go to theaters like, even in college. I should go watch movies like all the time.
Yeah.
And now, like, we went to theaters like, and now I have recently gone back more. With Boston now, we've seen a couple of movies, and I'm going like at the end of the month to see Lilo and Stitch,
Nice, the new one, the live action. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but before that, I typically before that was COVID, right? So like, one time I went to a movie theater in Corona. This was at the height of COVID, and they were like basically a movie theater. They were letting people in, and it was like you're sitting 6 feet apart, and basically this guy coughed and I left. Like mid movie, maybe that was 5 minutes into the movie, and he coughed really loud, and I was like, "All right,
we can't be here.
I'm done. Like, I'm not doing this anymore."
This is a terrible idea. I told you.
We laughed in the middle, like not even in the middle. It was like maybe like 5 minutes. They gave us our money back, I think.
Oh yeah, that's how early it was.
Yeah.
That's funny, man. Yeah, different times, man. I mean, we've lived through a lot, to be honest. The 90s, the 2000s.
What do you think is the single most significant event that has happened in your life? I mean, not in your personal life, like, but in your like around the world.
I think the birth of the internet, to be honest, like us seeing that kind of come about.
But that's like more of a over time thing, right? Like significant thing, as in like, because the internet took a while. It was there, it progressed to like,
to what it is today.
Yeah, right, on your phone, and not on the it's all like on the internet somewhere, like on high speed, fiber optics, stuff like that. But like before COVID, right? We were a generation, and the most impactful thing that happened, not like the most, not say memorable, because it's kind of sad, but the most things that come to mind a lot was 9/11.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The event that was like, holy crap, like you all remembered what happened during 9/11.
Where you were and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And now that is no longer the most significant event that has happened in our lifetime.
Now it's COVID.
Now it's COVID, right? Like the world had shut down, my guy. Like
that impacted the entire world.
People don't understand I wasn't alive during JFK. I wasn't alive during World War II. I'm sure those were some tough times. So those were some tough times, the Great Depression and whatnot. But
in our lifetime.
Right? I think like this is like, holy crap. Like unless we go into like World War III.
There's room to grow.
Yeah. COVID has been like the most changing thing, especially even like for us, like even post-COVID world that we live in now is like remote work. It's like all this other stuff that now has come about, like, now we're in AI, as sooner or later, 10, 20 years down the road, like, dude, all of our jobs are going to be gone. Do you see this? Do you see this like happening, right? Like, before I was like, okay, like, some grunt jobs are going to be gone. And more and more I start seeing this development of AI with agents and stuff. I'm like, all right, like, who is to say they can't do it? Like, what is one thing, like, we'll clip this, and someone in the comment, if you see this, leave a comment. It's like, what do you think is not going to be taken over by AI? What job do you think is not going to be taken by AI? And I will write in the comment how I think it is going to be taken by AI.
What about a farmer?
Dude, are you kidding me? That's going to be gone, dude. They have robots. They're building those AI robots.
What about a plumber?
The robot is going to be able to do everything.
Dang.
Like, what isn't that robot going to be able to do? It's a humanoid. Like, think about it, right? It's not like a D2. It's like, it has thumbs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's not an R2D2. It's a C3PO.
Right. It's a full... If you put a human skin on it, you're going to think that thing is real.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. Well,
that's a scary to think.
Leave your thoughts in the comment. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
Let us know what your thoughts.
Yeah. How much? What are we at here?
An hour and 30. I think it's good. We got an hour of that and then 28 minutes of the other one.
Yeah. All right. Let's
27, episode 8. Thank you for coming. Love you guys. Tune in. We made it to 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Hey. I wasn't flexing, by the way. I was just like stretching. Oskar was flexing.
I wasn't flexing.